Hey, how's it going? I want to show you my new piece of furniture. It's the Gentle Giant bookshelf. So, I still have to put in some adjustable shelves here and fill it up with some really cool books. In the meantime, watch the video, see how it's made, and I hope you like it. So, anyway, I'm a man of very few tools. Had to make something that was going to be pretty simple. Well, of course, my main tool on this project is the screwdriver. I'm sticking it all together with screws all the time, except for, of course, the massive big table saw that the suppliers had, and that were able to cut all my boards to size very accurately. So I had a very simple design, tried to keep it that way. It was the original sketch, and then passing it through to AutoCAD, I went through different sizes and eventually got out my cutting list, which I was quite happy with then to take that to the lumber yard. They cut me all the pieces and it all worked pretty well. It was pretty confusing, try to figure out which piece was which. But getting started, I needed to take the corners off of a number of pieces, off 5 pieces. These 2 pieces are the waist and the shoulders, and then there was these 3 pieces you see here in the middle, which are like the shorts, okay, and they go across the back. But then I started with all the drilling, so I made a little template so I could just like zap all these pieces nice and quickly, and that worked pretty well. And then with regards to these little pegs for adjustable shelves, I came up with the idea that I would stick 2 of them together with the clamps, drill down through the middle of them, and create this little cavity that it will sit into when it's on the shelf. You'll see a picture of that later on. I also used these like corner clamps to help me with the drilling, because I was wary of putting that pilot hole down through the second piece of material. I wanted to make sure it wouldn't go out to the side too much. I'm going to keep it nice and straight. Here's just a quick video where you can see it all happening. I think it's assembling the head. And it's just like dry assemblies, make sure everything's in place. And then another one of the screws that was a bit tricky now is this one. It's like a bed screw or something they call it. And so what I wanted to do here was drill down practically all the way to the far side, but I didn't want to come out through the far side so you wouldn't see that hole on the outside of the shelf. And it took me a long time to get the hang of. And I also used a biscuit joiner for some of these places on the side, so that you wouldn't see a screw head sticking out. And that takes a bit of getting used to. You have to be familiar with a biscuit joiner and make sure you're lining up your pieces on the right side, and you don't make a mistake. If you make a mistake, it's hard to correct it. And after I'd done all the pre-drilling and the holes and the biscuit holes, a lot of these pieces were full of quite a few holes and looking more like Swiss cheese. So then I did the dry assembly on the floor in the living room, because the only place the damn thing would fit. And then it was time to just make sure that was okay, and then time to sand everything, sand all the edges, importantly, from the saw marks and the facing as well. So everything was sanded down nicely before getting ready for the glue up. Now I have a separate video on the Instructable that shows you the process step by step of all the different pieces being glued up, but here's just a few photographs show you the results of gluing up the bottom half, and then this is the top half, and then this is the whole thing put together and looking nice and tall on my balcony. And there it is being brought inside. So get down to painting the piece. I made sure I put on a good undercoat, especially on the edges. The edges is where it soaks up a lot in the MDF. And then you have to sand that back. And then after sanding it back, you want to wipe it down with a cloth that's been dampened a bit with white spirits to get off all the dust before applying the coat of paint. You got to sand back the coat of paint, do the same thing again, wipe it down with the white spirits again, and then here it is with my second coat of paint. I would have liked to put a third coat of paint on, but with 1 kilo of paint it didn't give me enough with all this material. One little trick I had is I had them sitting up, these screws going at the very back of the bookcase to keep it up off the ground while painting and to be drying. And there you see the little adjustable pegs in place, and there's the finished product. Now I'm going to put the books in it. So, hope you enjoyed the video, and there's the gentle giant bookcase full up with books. See you around.
You can leave me like this, 'cause I now know what it is. Just leave me like this. I now know what it is. Just leave me like this. We're standing